Bienvenida, bienvenida, bienvenida. Welcome. This is the foundation class. Pretty much vamos a repasar which is sentence structure, la estructura del inglés, personal pronouns, a little touch of the verb to be and action verbs, which is basic, sentence, subject, verb and complement, sujeto, verbo y predicado, como es en español, y más o menos la diferenciación de cómo formar las oraciones, las bases lingüísticas en el idioma inglés. Y de acuerdo a mi experiencia, clarificar o por lo menos dar una breve introducción de ciertas diferencias lingüísticas, considerando las tendencias que uno puede tener como second language learner, como tener al inglés como segunda lengua o tercera lengua en algunos casos, sobre todo las personas que vienen aquí en Estados Unidos, que vienen de tantos lugares. Y bueno, entonces empezamos. Quisiera saber, Oscar, Carolina is here. Oscar, will you please just give me a sign of hello? Algo de todo el mundo, un plebeo saludo. Yo les voy a mandar un icon para, a ver, ¿cómo les digo? A ver, un happy face, no lo encuentro. El happy face, ¿dónde está? Ah, sí, aquí está. Happy face. To everyone, okay? So, bienvenidos. Hola, Oscar, ¿cómo vas? Carolina, Víctor, muchas gracias por apoyarnos esta tarde. John, Anthony, Marcelis, Inés, Blanca, no veo el nombre acá, Leslie, y obviamente Diana. Bueno, bienvenidos a los que están en este momento y también a los que están por entrar. Y bueno, empecemos nuestra lección. Ante todo, quisiera comenzar con, voy a ver, los saludos generales, ¿ok? Like a little warm up to break the ice. Cortemos el hielo, realmente no sea a plenitud los niveles o el background o los antecedentes de cada uno de ustedes, pero una vez más, repito, feliz de poder compartir estos minutitos con ustedes. Así que vamos a empezar con lo básico en inglés, que son el saludo, ya sea el saludo formal o informal, como en cualquier idioma, formal and informal tone. Ahora, si bien es cierto, tanto el nivel básico, intermedio, intermedio avanzado, de acuerdo a las investigaciones en lingüística, se recomienda enseñar el idioma hablando el idioma. En otras palabras, si bien es cierto, algunos tienen un nivel básico, pero es bastante óptimo siempre incorporar la lección en inglés. Lo digo porque voy a empezar a hablar más en inglés y va a ser inductivo. Es por eso que en la presentación y la descripción de la temática y la metodología del Lead Language Academy, si bien es cierto, el equipo de currículo y diseño en todo el programa académico, tanto en el idioma acelerado o académico o las especialidades en negocios y otras ramas, es muy importante the tools, las herramientas, ¿no? The methodology. So it's very innovative. You'll be able to be exposed. Van a estar en contacto con la plataforma, una de las plataformas predilectas de Cambridge LMS que el Lead Language Academy utiliza para enseñar el inglés acelerado. Entonces, esta clase voy a incorporar, obviamente, aparte de mi contribución como facilitator, este programa. Pero también es muy importante la noción de qué es el inductive learning. In other words, it's like, ustedes van making sense, making connections. And that's the best way to learn English, to actually being exposed, making connections, repeat the sentence, repeat the new word, and also make a sentence, and repeat and repeat and repeat, making sense. Now, to get to a second level, a third level, you need to be conscious and aware of the order, how to make a sentence, like a subject, verb, and complement en inglés. En inglés, y lo van a ver en los ejercicios, nunca se puede hacer una oración, por ejemplo, sin el sujeto, a diferencia que es posible hacerlo en español, que yo creo que la mayoría de ustedes, el idioma nativo es español, castellano. Yo puedo decir, estoy comiendo, ¿no? O estoy en la casa. En inglés jamás yo puedo decir I'm home, I'm eating. No, that's not English. We always need to have present the subject. So subject, you know what is a subject? You know, a personal pronoun, un pronombre personal. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. I, he, she, it, we, you, and they. I can also use a name, Mary, in this case, Carolina, Victor, Daniela, Oscar, John, Marcelis, Blanca. You are all subjects. So my job, if I want to replace your name, that subject, into a personal pronoun using English, I would say, okay, Daniela is a he or a she. So I will use a she. For my subject, verb, and complement, if I want to form a sentence, I need to be aware, I need to be conscious that I do need a subject. Then Victor will be a he. If I have a plural form, it will be two people or three or more. I will replace Daniela and Victor by using they, ellos. Okay, so the following exercises will give you an idea how to make connections and making sense, like without translating, sin yo traducir o estar dando explicación de lo que ustedes van a estar expuestos. Ustedes simplemente al estar expuesto al ejercicio, a mi tono de voz, a las relaciones y los ejemplos que utilizo y la mecánica que utilizo, ustedes van a tener idea, así se usa, porque esa es la idea implicada. Making sense, like you start making connections. So, o ver, si es necesario, se traduce. Entonces, es muy importante porque a veces he tenido experiencias de que, entro a una clase y me hablan todo en inglés, ¿por qué me hablan en inglés y yo recién estoy empezando? Una vez repito, estudios y en mi propia experiencia laboral, enseñando, investigando, escribiendo, dando muchas charlas a todo nivel en inglés y obviamente en español también, da resultado. Así que vamos a empezar formalmente, ya que tenemos un grupito mucho más grande de esta aventura, de esta nueva lectura Lesson 1 en inglés. So let's start. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you, I'm going to start with the salutations, the basics, how to say hello, good morning, the basics. So let me share and let me start my show with you at this time, okay? All right. Okay, so here I am. Okay, this is what's next. Right now, I really want to check this one, all right? Okay, so this comes from Touchstone LMS, which is Level 1, English 1 course of Elite Language Academy. Every single lesson has a summary, a whole language summary of a specific unit and lesson per level. In this case, Unit 1, Lesson A is one of the materials that I will be using with you this evening. So a hello and goodbye, and that's basic, you know, and you apply that in every language. Hello, good morning, how are you? How are you doing? I'm fine. How about you? Okay, good, pretty good, nice to meet you. Okay, these are, you know, saying hello briefly, saying goodbye, bye, goodbye, good night, have a nice day, have a good evening. You too, like someone is telling you and you're not clear what they're saying, but you say you too, thank you, or thanks. And I always say that even if you don't remember, always the smile is very international. So you can always smile, you know, if a person follows a conversation and you are not sure what to say, no estás seguro qué decir, pero siempre una sonrisa helps. So let's proceed. Have a good evening. You too. Have a good weekend. See you later. See you next week. See you tomorrow. And there are some other words that I will use tonight. I will use part of the personal pronouns, which is I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. The introduction that I gave you when I just began, you know, this lesson. Because of course, as I said, in English, we do need subjects, personal pronouns to make a sentence. So to be able to make a sentence, I need to make sure which subject or which personal pronoun I need to use. Also, another point, grammar section, and of course, language, listening, speaking, and reading grammar exercise that I will apply tonight with you, is to clarify or give you, a little taste, an idea of a difference of using the verb to be, okay? I'm sure that you're very familiar with the verb to be, and verbs that are not the verb to be, okay? Some people, most people have a tendency to use the verb to be for everything. Am, is, are. But there is a specific rule to use the verb to be, all right? The verb to be over here can be divided in am, is, and are. Am is only with I, yo, I am, no más. Am solo se utiliza para I am. Then, what happens with he, she, it? Para él, ella, esto, esta. We have is, like she is, she's pretty, ella es bonita, she's handsome, él es guapo, él es alto, he is tall, to describe. Llegó tarde esta tarde, he's late. Some people got late, but you're welcome anyways. So, okay, and then are for plural, but they are all under the umbrella of the conjugations of the verb to be. So the verb to be has 3 forms, okay? That's the main lesson, the main grammar lesson. Besides all these words, which is of course basic, how to say hello, how to say goodbye, formal and informal tone, and of course the smile. The main lesson for tonight, it will be to have it clear, my subject, the verb, and the complement. Like in any language, a complement, what we say about the subject, the predicate, el predicado, all right? So let's go back to the subjects. We have the verb to be, and we have a specific pronouns to use with the verb to be. What about action verbs? Verbs who are not the verb to be. To jump, to play, to talk, all right? Conversar, study, to repeat, to learn, to love, to kiss, to hug. What else? So many. To smile. All right. In other words, verbs, action verbs. So en la cabecita, in your head, you have to really, distinguish. You really need to differentiate verbs that are the verb to be and verbs that are not the verb to be. In English, verbs that I'm supposed to use with the verb to be, they don't mix, in a sentence. So, for example, I say she is pretty. All right, but what about that she wears a pretty dress? The same subject, she is pretty, ella es bonita, y usa un vestido, usa un vestido también bello, bonito, atractivo. So she's pretty, she wears a pretty dress. Wears. It's another verb that is not the verb to be. And of course, there is a rule, always rules, yes, grammar rules, that we add an S if it's a third person to the verb for verbs that are not the verb to be. So we say she wears. If I say she wear a dress, it will be incorrect. Okay, I say she wears. Why? Because in English, one of the best rules is the S, the third person rule for action verbs. Cualquier verbo, y se lo digo en español, cualquier verbo, okay, usando un pronombre en singular, ya sea he, she, it, el verbo, que no es el verbo to be, cualquier action verb, se agrega la S, ¿ok? Eso lo vamos a hacer en una aplicación, porque esto realmente no es cuestión de memorizar. It's not about memorizing. It's about applying. It's about, one more time, making connection, making sense, discovering the way it works for you, lo que funciona y como ustedes lo entienden, inductive learning. I present the tools, I use my expertise, but you do the learning, okay? You make it happen. So we'll practice more shortly. So let me share with you the example. Yes, here it is. All right. Hopefully it's, you can see it. And I need the participation over here. I would need volunteers. Marcelis, can you hear me? Or any volunteer. I will need a volunteer, please. Un voluntario para utilizar.
I hear you, teacher.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Vamos a intentar hacer este ejercicio juntas del verbo to be, ¿ok? Porque la intención, aquí es clarificar, como les dije al comienzo, the verb to be no es que todo en inglés es el verbo to be, no, el verbo to be es un grupo de verbos y obviamente muy importantes, extremely important in English. So, and the verb, remember, Marcelis, that the verb to be could be am, is, and are. He, she, and it is for, we use is.
Yes,
They, we use are, and then so forth. So how will be number one? New York
is a big American city.
Wow, wonderful. Is. I'm not writing it, so is. Is. What about flowers, Marcelis?
Flowers are beautiful.
Excellent. His sister
has 5 years.
Has 5 years old. Very good. His sister. Okay. If I tell you, Marcelis, how can you replace his sister?
His sister?
Is it he or is she?
His sister?
How can you? Very good. Excellent. What about 4? The windows.
The windows is open.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 options: am, is, or are.
No, windows. Sorry, the windows, plural, are open.
Excellent, Marcelis. And number 5, her hair
is long.
Excellent. Now I will need thank you so much, Marcelis. Let's try. What about her hair over here? Who's this? Another participant. Victor, are you there? Is he gone?
Victor?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Victor.
Hello.
Yes. How are you? Will you please help us? Remember, we have 3 options. We have am, is, or are. So number 6, what would that be?
It is very cold today.
Excellent. What about 7?
Candy as como un dulce.
Yes. And it's one. Es singular. Acuérdate.
Pensé que era un nombre. Is sweet. Candy
is sweet. Okay, candy. Yeah, you are right. A candy will be a piece of candy, which is the sweet. Or candy could also be a name, right? You're right. It could be possible. Okay, let's jump just to wrap up the singular and plural and verb to be. Mr. and Mrs. Baker, 2 people. So what are your choices are am, is, or are?
En este caso son 2 personas y es they. They are teachers.
Excellent. So you did double work. You replaced Mr. and Mrs. Baker for a personal pronoun they. All right, perfect. And then you apply the plural form of the verb to be, which is are. Excellent. So this is pretty much, and what about, let me upset, okay. So let's listen and repeat, the following words, and then we'll place them. We'll do 5, okay? So hopefully, we can apply, and we can have another participant, like John Anthony, Gladys, Tatiana, Please don't feel shy, no se sientan tímidos porque esta clase es para ustedes con mucho cariño. Así que realmente vamos a repetir. Let's repeat the word. Puedo aclarar el significado, why not? And then let's apply it using the verb to be. So we are combining, right now on this exercise, we are applying the use of the verb to be, could be in singular, plural, all right? In present tense, because we're doing just present tense, tiempo presente. Y simultáneamente, we are introducing new vocab words. So 1, 2, and 3, I don't need to listen to your, but you may repeat by yourself. So you say season, repeat, season. I hope you're repeating. Painting.
Season.
Say painting.
Painting.
Painting, very good. Toy.
Toy.
Toy, weapon.
Weapon.
Bird.
Bird.
Bird. See, repeat that there is a the bird.
Bird.
Much better. Say animal.
Animal.
Say
Animal.
Otro detalle. En inglés, in English, there are many vowel sounds. In Spanish, we only have A, E, I, O, U, ¿verdad? Solo 5, A, E, I, O, U. Esos son las vocales y ya, es un idioma fonético. En inglés sí que toca familiarizarse con la diversidad de cuando uno ve la vocal A. La A puede ser A, como dice ahí, A como apple, como manzana, apple, could be A, y eso es como que más fácil. Pero en este caso animal, no es animal, no es esa A, o animal, no, es de schwa. Es el sonido de A, como cuando uno está corriendo y se cansa, y uno, animal, animal. So that's the sound. So next, car, say car.
Car.
Car. City.
City.
Appliance.
Appliance.
Appliance. Continent.
Continent.
Country.
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 Book.
Wood.
It would be nice if you pronounce it. Do you see la K? La K se hace así, mira. Desde aquí, de la garganta. Say book. Book. Okay. Now, Daniela, are you there? Daniela?
Yes. Sí,
Okay.
sí, Katia, dime.
Ok, hacemos rapidito del 1 al 5 para pasar a otro punto de la lección, rapidito, ¿sí? Okay, excellent, thank you. So, in this case, Europe and Asia,
Europe and Asia.
Are what? Tienes el menú arriba. Continent, country, book, y tienes que aplicar the use of the verb to be, am, is, or are, con una de las del vocabulario, ¿no? Weapon, arma, season, estación, pintura, juguete, pájaro, animal, carro, ciudad, appliance, herramienta, continente, country, país, book, libro. ¿Listo? Okay.
Well, Europe and Asia are continents.
Excellent. You added an S. Excellent job. Number 2.
Cat is an animal.
A cat is an animal. 3.
A Toyota is a car.
4.
New York and Paris both are cities. Canada is a country.
Country.
A dictionary is a book.
Yes.
Spring and fall are seasons.
Excellent.
Guns are weapons.
Weapons, armas. And finally, 9.
A doll is a toy.
A toy. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So let's minimize, let's say goodbye to that one, close. So, and then this is pretty much one of the building language, all right, dear class. So hopefully the whole group will take advantage. This is our LMS Cambridge, dashboard and academic platform. This is what we use for your online course. As I said, the online course is pretty much, you have like your own, how do I say it? I have my little bag here, let me show you, okay? When you take our classes, this is your book, this is your course, from the beginning to the end. Lo cargan, lo llevan. Inglés 1, todo está aquí. En este caso, todo esto es todo lo que compone Touchstone 1 online course. Eso es su maletita. La contribución del facilitator, del lingüista, en este caso yo, es para complementar lo que ya ustedes tienen en su maletita, en su cajita, y lo pueden accesar en cualquier momento. 24 hours, 7 days a week, as long as you are connected with the internet. It's very, I think, friendly with devices. Of course, we always recommend an iPad or a laptop, a computer, but I have students that sometimes take quizzes with a phone. So this is very friendly, you know, with any device. So let's start, okay? Let's start this practice. This is in a way related what we've been doing. We've been doing the use of personal pronoun with the help of your classmates in this case. Jenny, and okay, so we will combine, you know, we're building language right now. So I gave you a reference of subject, verb, and complement. Remember from the very beginning, sentence structure, the foundation in English. We said that we always have a subject in English, a verb, and a complement. Always, siempre. We cannot omit that. So in this case, we have Jenny and Carmen. We don't have the verb to be. In this case, they are, that's good. But the options, what would be the option? Tatiana, can you give me
At school.
Or Oscar? I don't know. I need a volunteer for this question. Oscar? Jenny and Carmen are at work, at school, at home. I'm gonna move, lo voy a mover un poquito para ver, para que en algo se pueda ver realmente el dibujo, the picture. So based on the picture, you know, you respond.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Of course, I hear you pretty well. Thank you. Yes. And thank you for your participation. I really appreciate it. Okay, so go ahead. So what is your answer?
Are at work.
Class registration. Yeah, I guess.
No.
Okay, yes. Class registration. They are not at home. They are, who knows? Jenny and Carmen, look at them. And over here, it says, this guy is at work. Correct? Class registration, music, English, French. So at work, at school, or at home?
At school.
At school.
I guess. Check answers. Yes. All right. Great job. See, you have the score. Now, let's pretend that ustedes están solitos estudiando y les salió mal. No hay problema, no hay problema. You can always what? Start again. Por eso que ya está incluido el laboratorio. Es decir, there's no judgment. No se juzga how many times it took you to learn. You may do it 2 times. You may do it 3 times. But I'm sure at the 4 times, you already got the right answer. So that's what we call inductive learning. So you pretty much design your own rhythm, all right? And be devoted to your own learning. Let's go to the other one. Let's have fun. Oops, what happened? Okay, that one. All right. Building language. Well, still building language, making connections the same way I told you at the very beginning, remember? That we need to make connections. That's why we avoid translation. We always teach the language and we translate to the native language when it's actually necesario, porque tampoco queremos confundir al alumno, sobre todo cuando recién empieza a tener raíces, claves en la sección lingüística del inglés, ¿no? Súper importante It's extremely important, the foundation. What happens if you don't have good foundation? You ended up in level 2, level 3, and you make mistakes from the basics. So I believe that it's really important, even though if you have a background, an English background, you took 1 year, 2 years, you stop, it's better to start in a way from the beginning or to have an assessment. So to really review and make sure that we are meeting the gaps, las secciones que no quedaron claro o están como desordenadas en nuestra mente, lo escuchamos, es muy importante situarlas. So este es he ahí que la lección 1 de estas series son dedicadas a la formación de la estructura de la oración. So let's start with this quickly. Building language. Are you here for an English class? Read the sentences, then listen to Carmen and Jenny at a language school, choose true or false. So I'm gonna play this, which is very great. So listen and we're doing reading and listening comprehension. Don't worry, I am here. If you make a mistake, I'm here to correct you. But let's start. So please listen.
Good morning. Are you here for an English class?
Yes, I am. I'm Carmen Rivera.
Okay. You're in room B.
And I'm Jenny.
Are you Jenny Lou?
No, I'm not. I'm Jenny Lim. Am I in room B too?
Yes. Wait. No, you're not. You're in room G.
Oh no. Carmen, we're not in the same class.
Finito, end. So it's time to answer. Ok, true or false, verdadero o falso. Ok, me dicen por favor, cualquiera, ponen y ustedes dicen, no voy a decir nombres, pero por favor necesito su participación. 1, 2 y 3. Carmen and Jenny are here for an English class. True or false?
True.
True.
Okay. Okay, class. Carmen is, remember, miren, Carmen and Jenny, plural, subject, verb, are. This is what we call subject-verb agreement. En otras palabras, el sujeto, la forma del sujeto tiene que ir de igual a igual a si es singular o plural. Si es plural, el sujeto es la forma plural del verbo. Si es singular, como Carmen, la forma del verbo también es singular. Eso en inglés llamamos subject-verb agreement. So just a little observation, which is also grammar. I know this is a listen and speaking, but I really want you to make sense, It's true that I am listening and repeating and comprehend, it's my comprehension activity, but at the same time, I really need to make sense what I am repeating, what I'm saying, what I'm learning. Okay, so right now, subject, verb, singular, singular, plural, plural. Okay, let's proceed. Carmen is in room B. True or false?
True.
Okay, I just follow. Jen is in room G.
True.
True or false?
Jenny is in room G. It's true. Jenny is in room G. True.
My God. Ask to mute. Okay. Carmen and Jenny are in the same class.
False.
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 Check answers. All correct. Wonderful. All right. So that's one of this. Okay, just to wrap up. All right. I'm not stopping sharing this. I want to move this. How do I do this? Oh. Okay. I want to here I have a nice exercise to share with you, and it's over here. Hold on. It's a listening practice, and which is great. Okay, Daniela, are you there?
Sí, Katia.
Okay, I have this bottom part. How can I move it? Because I have on my, the bottom part of my laptop, I need to pull out one website that I have already. So how do I move this from my computer?
So, o sea, ¿qué es lo que quieres hacer? ¿Entrar a una página
Mover,
de internet?
no, quiero mover el bar que está aquí del Zoom, que no me deja. Like, I don't know why.
Ah, puedes colocar el puntero encima de la parte de cualquier tipo de... coloca el puntero sobre ese panel de Zoom donde tienes todas las opciones. Haz clic y trata de moverlo. ¿Se movió?
No.
En todo caso, si no, deja de compartir un momento y luego ya comparte.
Okay, thank you. Okay, class, I'm back. All right. Okay, just to end this this session, I want to listen. All right, the recording is a nice conversation. Is having a fun girl, a fun day with a nice, sweet little girl. So hopefully you understand, and this is our listening and listening comprehension practice, and of course pronunciation. All right. So I invite you to listen to it.
Dad, I'm bored today. I want to go to a movie.
A movie today? Well, I don't know. Here, let me look at the newspaper. Okay. Here's a movie that starts in the afternoon at 2:45. Well, should we take Mommy with us?
Yeah.
Okay, we have to wait for Mommy because she's at a meeting right now.
Okay.
All right, and what should we do after we see the movie?
Go on a walk.
Well, where would you like to go on a walk? Would you like to go down to the beach or through the park?
To the beach.
To the beach. Well, that sounds great. And then maybe we can go out to eat tonight. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that in a longer class, we normally listen once, all right, and then we repeat. So let's see how you're doing with your listening comprehension just by listening one time, which is the normal tone. You listen once, all right? So the young girl wants to go to, where does this little girl want to go? To the movies, to the park, to the swimming pool?
To the movies.
Okay, thank you. She said, I'm bored and I want to go to the movie. Who is going with them?
The mother. Her mother.
The girl's mom. Excellent, thank you. What time does the activity start? That's memory. You can guess. Pueden 2:15, 2:30? A, B, or C? Please tell me. Oh, it's not. What does the girl want to do later? Ice cream store, to the beach, or to the park?
She wants to go down to the beach.
The beach.
Okay. And finally, what does the father want to do at the end of the day? Go to the restaurant, watch fireworks display, or play a board game? What do you think?
Play a board game?
Board game.
Oh, that sounds great. Maybe we can go to eat. right? To the restroom. Yes. So I can play again. You know, it was pretty much, it was a passing grade. You only have 2 mistakes. All right. We can always play again. Now, but one observation just to wrap up. Esto realmente, este ejercicio concluye de una manera muy efectiva la sesión, nuestra primera sesión, que es analizar the sentence verb formation. Okay, we have the subject, we have the verb, and we have the complement. For example, the young girl. Now, in this case, it's not the verb to be, it's an action verb, as I explained to you. ¿Por qué lleva la S? Because it's a singular form, it's a third person. So for verbs that are not the verb to be, for action verbs and the ones that are singular, the grammar rule is to add the S to the verb, and that is applied. You know, the younger wants. So aquí está la S. Who is going with them? Es una forma en futuro. And it's in singular. We always ask, if we don't know the answer, we always use the singular form. Cuando no sabemos si es singular o plural, siempre utilizamos el singular. So es otro tip, another tip. La hora, what time does the activity start? Es un verbo que no es el verbo to be. It's an action verb. And for action verbs, we use do and does. In this case, does is the auxiliary. Is what makes, you know, start to make a question. So what does, you know, the activity, you know, when or what, how does the activity start? And finally, we also have the verb want, querer, you know, qué es lo que quiere la niña hacer más tarde. In this case, it's not the verb to be. Muchas personas que recién están estudiando el idioma tienen tendencia en decir what is the girl want. Obviamente solo ponen is. No, yo utilizo is independientemente. It's a very independent verb. Para hacer preguntas con verbos que no son el verbo to be, yo puedo utilizar do or does. This is the mini story. Do and does are friends of verbs that are not the verb to be. Okay, so hopefully you remember. Of course, with a nice lesson, you will, a nice review. Y lo mismo, the same rule applies here. It's not the verb to be. In this case, I use does to make the question. Is the auxiliary, is the helper. So that is a question is possible. For the verb to be, you know, it's very independent. There are no auxiliaries. You say she is happy. Question, is she happy? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. All right, that's the best part of the verb to be, it's independent. But verbs that are not the verb to be, they are not independent, they are dependent. They depend on the help of do and does in present tense, did in past tense, and so on. So, bueno, ya ya no estoy compartiendo la pantalla. Un placer de haberlos tenido. No sé si tienen alguna pregunta antes de concluir. ¿Todo bien?
Yo quisiera hacer una pequeña consulta.
Por supuesto.
Cuando estamos hablando de algo que se hace en forma habitual, ahí es donde el verbo lleva la S al final.
Ah, por supuesto.
Si quisiéramos decir, he goes every day to the restaurant.
Muy bien, exacto. Cuando hago una actividad cotidiana y utilizo, es un verbo que no es el verbo to be, no es ser o estar, como es en español, en castellano, y si es en tercera persona, ya sea él, ella o esto, esta, es mandatory, like you have to, tienes que agregar la S al verbo. She wants, she goes, she plays, he plays, it works, funciona. Y obviamente esa regla no se aplica en castellano, así que realmente tenemos que reorganizar todo mentalmente, cognitivamente, para poder entenderlo. ¿Alguna otra pregunta de la mini lección? Bueno, cualquier otra pregunta lo pueden contactar a Daniela, que también es parte de nuestro equipo, Miss Bermúdez. Muchísimas gracias por su atención. Estoy muy contenta de que esta lección, y si bien es cierto, Holy Week, Semana Santa, lo pudimos realizar. No quería postergarlo realmente porque es muy beneficioso para toda nuestra comunidad internacional. So have a beautiful weekend. It's really a pleasure to be with you. Nice to meet you. Hopefully you apply the terminologies, you know, that I began saying. Have a great night, good evening, good night. All right, so hope to see you next week. Next week, we're having another session and we'll be on Thursday. You know, we'll be on Thursdays and so forth. You have the agenda. You're more than welcome. You're welcome to invite other people and happy to be with you tonight, okay? So feliz de haber compartido con ustedes. Muchísimas gracias por ser una excelente audiencia. Feliz de poder congregar a tantas personas en muchas partes del mundo. Realmente es una bendición y estoy muy contenta de poder realmente haber realizado esta sesión por primera vez. ¿Ok? Así que hasta pronto. Good